weekend, and at weekends I quite often do observed runs on behalf of IAM RoadSmart, for whom I'm a national observer, which means I follow people on motorcycles and advise them on techniques to improve their riding skills to become advanced riders and ultimately take the advanced riding test and qualify as an advanced rider. So I will be doing that today, amongst other things. What I'm going to do is I'm just preparing the my Zero DSR 2017. It's actually a 2016 model, but I'm just preparing it. I'm just going to be doing my pre-ride checks, my powders checks. So I'm going to finish doing that stuff, and then I'm going up to meet somebody for a free assessment ride, which is what we do when we encounter somebody for the first time, and we just want to give them a bit of feedback, see if they're interested in taking it further. That's first electric plans for today. These don't feature today. Right then, so back from free assessment ride. That was really pleasant. Really nice chap. First ride out, yeah, just an assessment ride. Great, really enjoyable. Like I say, nice chap. Very much enjoyed it. Wants to become a blood biker, which is all good stuff. I got back, yeah, just under 60%. What I'm going to do now, in the old days, I would have had to plug this in. It would have taken 9 hours to charge from flat, using the standard 3-pin. Now I'm going to use our lovely Zappi. I've been a bit remiss in not updating fully on things, including even getting the MG ZS EV. But so car's unplugged. I'm going to plug this in now. This uses the good old Type 1. This is what the Nissan Leaf uses as well. Our Leaf. So the bike uses the same with the charge tank. So I'm just going to connect that up into the charge tank here. The bike needs to be powered on to accept a charge, so that's why I've left it on. And then it's just a case of plugging in. There we go. Now the other thing I have to do, this has actually been on Eco plus mode, which means, as it says on screen, it's waiting for surplus. Now it's not sunny enough today to produce surplus energy, so what we're going to do, I could put this on Eco, which would charge straight away but at a low rate. I'm going to put it on fast, which is going to give full whack. So that's going to give the maximum the bike can take to start to charge using the charge tank. So we should see that rise fairly quickly. Yeah, 5.6 kilowatts. That's hovering around about the 6.2. Now I can actually, if I want to, I can plug in fact, yeah, let's do that. I can also use the conventional onboard charger to charge even faster. So I'm going to do that, in fact. Power that on there. At the moment it's saying 40 minutes to charge it. I'm going to turn that off. It's just gone 12 minutes past 2. So let's turn that off. Take the key out. Yeah, 6.1 on there. So it's charging 6.2, 6.1 kilowatts. So plus the one, plus the onboard charger. Yeah. So we're getting up for 7.5 kilowatts. Good. Right, so we're going to leave that for a while before I embark on my next adventure for the day. %. There we go. It was 100% charged at about 3 o'clock actually. Quick plug, or actually these. So already done a few miles out on this morning. As you can see, we're charged up, ready to go again. And I'm going to head over towards Peterborough, Stamford initially actually, dipping into Lincolnshire. So instead of me rabbiting on, I'm going to get a move on. E-golf in the wild. Yeah, okay, been here not very long. I think I stopped on 35%. Yeah, it was 35% when I stopped. And according to that, we've got about 1 hour 3 minutes. Nice ride over, so you can probably gather by some of the footage. I'm a bit self-conscious talking to a camera with people around. I'm not used to doing this. So I'm going to knock it on the head and go and get a drink. So yeah, I'm here at Neem Park, just outside Peterborough. Always get interesting people come up talk to you, and today's no exception. I had a chat with some folks in an e-golf, and they were just asking standard stuff about the bike. You know, what's the range, blah blah blah, all the usual gubbins. And then I was just chatting with a couple of chaps who work here. Some of the usual myths that go around about, not negative, but in this case the kind of stories about just be short time before we have perpetual motion type things, you know, well, be able to put something on the wheel and recover energy. So yeah, like I said, you can't argue with physics on that stuff, I'm afraid. But then the chap was convinced that some kind of solar surface would be the answer, and I was sort of, you know, explaining that you can't get anything like the energy required to move a vehicle from solar panels. I was asking them about vehicle usage here at the park, and they said, you know, probably the longest trip any vehicle does on the site is about 40 miles a day, and that's it. So it prompts the obvious question, you know, why are they still using internal combustion engines? Well, apparently they have invested in a couple of EVs, and they're certainly obviously interested in moving in that way, but they need to have availability of electric pickups. So conversation obviously went on to the Tesla Cybertruck. It's probably a little bit outside the budget, but no, it's good. You know, they're making all the right noises. Definitely things are moving in that direction here, which is great, because somewhere like this, you know, it's a park, it's a beauty spot. People come here, do lots of cycling and things. It's perfect for EVs in terms of the folks working here to get around the site. Yeah, anyway, nice place, enjoying it. Okay, well, you know what, I've got plenty to get home, so I might just wait till past, just get everything ready, everything prepped. But I've only got to do, what's that, 65 miles. The route I've planned, 65 miles, and yeah, I'm well over that. So they're not putting me charging up to 100%. It's not ideal anyway, so yeah, I'll start to get ready to go. This, by the way, it's just a simple, straightforward lock on this. Putting that in there stops anybody being able to, well, unplug it and stop charging it. So that's my simple, straightforward brute force security method. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna unplug and start to head home. So all we're doing to stop the charge is press that switch. It should stop charging straight away. Yeah, hear the click. That's it now. So this is quite a tough connection. There we go. I need both hands to put that back. So let's unplug at this end. And thank you. Thank you, Neem Park, for free charging. Much appreciated. Right, let's get this stuff packed away and be on our way. Right, back safe and sound. 25 past 8. We've got 17% left. Lovely ride back. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, I've got a cracking route sorted out there. I'm going to run it. The idea is to run it as a group social ride for Coventry and Warwickshire Advanced Motorcyclists. That's the IAM RoadSmart group I belong to. So yeah, it's kind of a recce run I was doing effectively, and I've tweaked it slightly, and yeah, very pleased with it. So I'm just pondering now whether to do it on the electric, given that charging went fine, or to do it on my trusty Honda CBF 1000 with 90,000 miles on it. The only issue with doing it on electric, which I'd rather do, is if I get to the charge point we saw and it's occupied with two vehicles, because that means that well, everybody's reliant on waiting on me. Now, we're only doing small group rides at the moment. We're limiting them to 6 because of COVID situation, COVID-19 situation. So so we're going to be 6 people maximum, but yeah, it's just, I'm just umming and ahhing about whether to risk it. Worst case scenario, I can give somebody else the route and they can lead it back. But I'm gonna ponder that one. I think I'm tending to think I'll do it on the electric, although the petrol isn't getting ridden enough, because the electric does most of my miles now. Something to ponder anyway. So what my normal routine is, I will plug this back in, and now I'm not going to start charging it straight away. I have this effigy Wi-Fi socket which I can switch on remotely. I can also set timers on it, countdown timers, or for it to come on between certain hours. So that's ready to charge when I want it to. Using that socket, I work on the basis of 10% is an hour approximately. So if I've got to do 80%, I'll put it on for 8 hours essentially, and that will more than do it. That'll be fine. So I just do that just before I go out. So I tend to charge it to what I need, or if I'm going to charge it up to 100%, I'll do it to 100% just before I go out. That's better for the battery ultimately long term. So the next thing to do is we're going out in the MG ZS EV tomorrow. So I need to no, I don't want that on. Cable released, that's what I wanted, yes. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to plug this in. Can't do this, can't film this one like that. Here we go. So that side's plugged in. And open the car. So that's the car open. Yeah, some people struggle with this on the MG, but it's not too bad. Basically, we've got CCS socket here. Take out the top part, which gives us the Type 2 connection, and that's going to go in there. Now with the MG ZS EV, nothing happens until we lock the doors. So see, you'll hear it. So it's waiting for EV, it says, and I'm putting it on fast mode. So we've got a choice of modes. We've got Eco Plus, Eco, and Fast. So fast, as you saw with the bike, we'll just give it everything it can. So we'll close, lock the car, and then it's going to kick in. It should start to ramp up. 3.2, 3.6, 4.6, 5.6. Yeah, 6.8. You can actually tap this and it brings the light on. There you go. It's very violent. Yeah, 6.8 kilowatts. That'll do nicely. So we see on the top, the house is using 0.5 kilowatt, and so and the car's using 6.8, so the grid is pulling, we're pulling in 7.3 kilowatts from the grid, 7.4 kilowatts. And when we have any sunlight, we get that reading on the solar side. Gah! Violence! Whack it! So there we go. Car's charging, as confirmed by the pulsing LEDs on the MG badge. So that's going to be ready for tomorrow, when we'll be embarking on a quest in the MG ZSEV.